Hi everyone, I'm Giancarlo,
And I'm Felicia.
and this is our review video of...
Transylvania, Curses and Traitors.
That's right.
I'm guessing the traitors put the curses on the people.
Well, what happens is you start off as adventurers, and then if you get cursed, you transform into a monster, and then you go after the other players.
Interesting. Heroes are needed to kill the monsters roaming Transylvania. But be careful, because you might become the very thing you're hunting. Collect enough knowledge about the monster or simply kill it, and you'll win. Unless, of course, you are the monster, in which case, kill a number of adventurers equal to half the players and you'll win. Place the church tile in the center of the board with the others shuffled and face down in a pile. Each player will get one discovery card, and the rest of the discovery and event cards will be shuffled to form 2 decks respectively. Stack all the discovery tokens with the gear and footprints face up. Place all the tokens, dice, and cards in their own pool. Each player randomly draws an adventurer card. Give them the matching stand-up and character card with the clip reading the starting health of 6. You can choose to play as a man or woman. This is just for flavor. You can also give them an info card in turn order, should they need it. Determine a first player and he'll place his stand-up on a space in the church. Then the next player will do the same. You are now ready to play.
A turn consists of 3 phases in this order: actions, determination roll, and discard. Actions allow players to do several things in any order they wish. He'll draw a new tile and place it in a way that there is an entrance from where he explored. Fill in all discovery spaces with discovery tokens as such. Then he can move a number of spaces, the footprint icon on the board, as listed on his character card, plus any other bonuses from his cards in play, and if there's any global event, which would be on the church tile. Movement points carry over between actions, so you can continue moving to do more actions. Subspaces will have lock tokens placed on them. The ones with footprints means you can pass through, but not access what's underneath, and the ones with only a padlock means you can't even pass through until it's removed. For both of these, you'll need a skeleton key gained from the discovery cards. Then you might use secret passages, which allow you to travel from one color space to the other same color space for one move. When you land on a space with a discovery token or an E icon, you'll get to do the roll for discovery and resolve event actions.
To roll for discovery, simply turn the discovery token face up. This will give you a target number to roll against for one of the 3 traits, which are attack, mind, or spirit. Check to see if you have any modifiers for the trait in question from either your cards in play or the center church tile. Then grab the number of dice as indicated by the same trait on your character card, with the modified penalties or bonuses factored in. Roll the dice and count how many pips are shown. Werewolf icons count as 0. If the sum is equal to or higher than the value indicated on the discovery token, discard it and draw a discovery card. If it's lower, you failed and leave the discovery token there. You cannot attempt it any longer this turn. Resolving events simply means to draw an event card. Read it out loud and resolve it. These can be traps, monsters, global effects that affect all players, etc., etc. Of course, that space cannot have you draw another event card for this turn.
If you get a discovery card, you can examine it unless it says otherwise. Examining them allows it to be played in front of you. You can only have 4 cards in front of you and a maximum of 4 in your hand. You can always examine a card and then bump or bring one back to your hand should you go over the allotted slot of 4. There are 3 types of these cards: items, knowledge, and transformation. Items will give you benefits or penalties to some traits and other effects. Transformation cards cannot be examined. These cards, with certain other transformation cards, will turn you into a monster as stated on the cards. You do not need to become a monster right away, but you can no longer win as an adventurer either. When turning into a monster, discard all other cards, grab the appropriate character card, their reference card, and switch your stand-up. Monsters have different abilities from one another. The werewolf rolls more attack dice when rolling a werewolf icon before its turn or when a full moon is out. The vampire can use secret passages, and the zombie will spawn minions. Monsters don't use items, activate discovery tokens, or trigger events. To win as an adventurer, you need to have 5 knowledge cards, where at least 3 are one from each monster type, and return to the church. Like icon knowledge cards act as a wild to replace a type. You can also simply win by killing a monster when a player is one. Which brings us to our next action, challenge.
When in the same space as another player, monster, or adventurer, you can attack them. The adventurer, challenging another adventurer, chooses a trait. Both check their value and any modifiers, and they'll roll that many dice. For monster versus adventurer, the trait is automatically the attack value. The player with the lesser total takes wounds equal to the difference they lost by. Should any adventurer win against another adventurer, they can pick a random card from the loser's hand or a choice of one of their examined card. A sure way of getting 1 health back for those wounds is returning to church. Should your health go below 1, you die. Place all your hand aside, all events are discarded, and all card examined will be placed in a pile with a blood splatter token matching one that you'll put on the board in the space replacing your adventurer's stand-up. These cards can now be pilfered by other adventurers if they land on that space. On your next turn, reveal your hand to see if you have a transformation set of cards. If you do, you'll place that monster stand-up where your adventurer died. If not, you'll regenerate as another adventurer on any space on the church. The tile will generate all discovery tokens and you'll draw 2 discovery cards to get you back into the game. And you can even examine one for free. One last thing to remember is, if you kill a monster as an adventurer, you win. And vice versa, if you killed at least a number of adventurers as half the number of players round up.
When all actions are done by a player, should that player not have gotten lucky in attempting to get a discovery card, he can perform a determination roll. This simply means he'll get to choose a trait and roll the value in dice. Should he get a total of 2 or less, he can now add a permanent marker increasing that trait's value by 1.
One last thing, a player may use their adventurer's ability once per game. Then that card is discarded. Play passes to the next player until someone wins.
Transylvania Curses and Traders is a good-looking game with its artwork, has very good components, and is full chalked with its theme, which is aided extremely well by its story evolution from the event cards. Unfortunately, that's where the pros end. And please let us know if we all missed something here because we just don't get it. The game offers almost no decision making. Sure, you can go anywhere, but honestly, you're just going to go to the nearest discovery or event space as an adventurer, and the nearest adventurer as a monster. There is little to no tactics, besides maybe attacking another player to complete your knowledge set of cards, but even then, like the rest of the game, it's all based on total luck. They should just have put a little tweak of at least placing the discovery tokens face up as to make adventurers go to the places where they would have the most chances, because should they fail at a discovery attempt, their turn would end. There's no pathos, no danger in failing a discovery token attempt, so what's the point in not trying? Of course, you'll maximize your movement by doing all the closest ones to get more attempts, which in turn creates another problem this game has, that downtime between players. By the time I got to your turn, I lost all interest. And we played it at 4 players. I can't even fathom that at 6. And it's worse when you're a monster. You wait for all players to finish to, what do you do on your turn? Let me guess. I'll move to the closest adventurer and try and kill him? Wow, you're a genius. Why didn't anyone else think of that? And then when you do get to the adventure, you have a roll-off with thousands of dice that I've seen an adventurer kill a monster in one shot when it was the monster's turn. There was this anticlimactic finish where we all paused and said, oh, wait, you just won. And we were like, okay. You do not play this game plays you. What card will you examine? The one that gives you the best bonus. How do you orient your newly explored tile with an event or discovery token closest to you? The one that gives you the best bonus and least to your opponent. I could go on and on about the illusion of choice when really it's just common sense of what you're going to do on your turn. It's as if the game wants to play, but it needs us humans to make it function. It is the real monster in all of this. And I even feel like one saying all this, but sadly, I'd rather feel like this than play this game again. Transylvania Curses and Traders gets a dismal 4 out of 10.